get yourself a good cooking.
Yeah. I don't want you to come on camera. All right, I'm gonna make sure we good. So I got the alert. All right. Cool. Good. Yes. Why do I feel like this? There we go. There we go. Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us His truth. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful Lake Akim, teaching and preaching His truth with all righteousness and sincerity. When the Israelites had prophesied the downfall of Babylon the Great, which is America, and gave our people warning through the Spirit that imminent danger is coming, all right, in the form of Jacob's trouble. And during Jacob's trouble, you can experience the economic collapse, civil unrest, sedition, anarchy, and the so-called white man, which is biblical nationality, is Esau Edom, coming down with great wrath because he knoweth that he had but a short time. And during that time of him coming down, he's gonna push out his Karagma, which is an implantable technology. All right, the cash that we use today is going to be done away with. They're already gearing the people up to accept, the digital monetary. They got Bitcoin, and then you have a lot of talk of the central banking digital currency system, which is a government digital currency. Whether they use some type of Bitcoin or they have some new platform that they plan on using. All right, that's the NWO. And the C-19 was preparation for individuals to get ready for the NWO, all right? So we're coming out in the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and many evils is coming. And the number one person on that list that's gonna receive the harsher end of the stick is you women, all right? And a lot of things that women have grown accustomed to here in Babylon the Great is going to be taken away from them. All the freebies, the goodies, your phone, electricity, because everything here that was pretty much created in convenience was really to aid a woman. You got the conventional stove, you got the microwave, you know what I mean? You got the dishwasher, or you got cars and transportation. You got all these different things that was created to really help out women. But the time that we're entering into is going to be worse than slavery. It's going to be worse than the Roman siege of Jerusalem, worse than all the captivities that the Israelites went into. So we're going to go ahead and start whatever he said.
The book of Isaiah chapter 32 verse 9. Rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters.
And it says rise up. Why? Because these women have been made comfortable through convenience. All right, you sitting back on a lazy girl chair with your feet kicked up, and you got servants and slaves feeding you grapes. And that's just parabolically speaking about how this society is geared towards the comfort of a woman. So what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is saying, rise up, man, come out of that spirit, man. Because if you ain't repentant and return unto the Lord and worship the true power, you're not going to have a hedge of protection in this time that we're living in. All right?
And it reads, hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech.
Yeah. Give ear to my speech. Now, the Lord speaks through his servants, the prophets. And the different things that he is channeling through their spirit is to give women warning. Because a lot of destruction is coming. If you ain't got a man of the Lord, you're getting raped, you're getting your hair snatched out, you're not finding feminine products. You know, you women, you bleed, you have your menstrual cycle. You're not going to be able to get the ibuprofen from the nearest CVS. You're not going to be able to get those feminine products to back away that stench. All right? See, in this society, you got social media, you know what I mean? You got men just fanning out over women, and they're at their beck and call for whatever they want. See, in the time that we enter into, all that love and 911 and all that stuff is going to be completely done away with. So this is the time that you need to be hearing the counsel of the Lord through the prophets. Like the brother went into, hear my voice, ye careless daughters. We get that. You know, contrary to popular belief, the Lord speaks through prophets, man. You're not finna find the Lord, Yahweh Shai, walking to and fro in the earth telling anybody nothing. You know? You're not called.
So Hosea 12:10, I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets.
Yeah, so the Lord is dealing exclusively with the prophets, man. All right? And he has multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets. So the Lord is exclusively dealing with the prophets. He's channeling his spirit through him, the Ruach HaKodesh, to break down these prophecies and bring out the counsel. And that starts off with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone.
All right, and it reads, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women.
Many days and years, which is a long period of time, man. And we starting to see that now. You know, a couple of years ago, you had the government shut down, and you had the nigger woman up there at the Capitol begging Trump, you know, to sign the executive orders to open up the government, man. You know, and during that time, you had EBT, you had WIC, you had all these different benefits and programs that are, you know, created to aid a woman in this society. They were all done away with for a period of time. And that was the Lord then showing that, look, this is the time and season that we finna be entered into. You know, that was a scores for amendment, you know, for you women to get right. But since this society, Babylon the Great, has aided into a woman's liberty, they're gonna just continue to go on about things as normal. You know, if you go on social media, and brothers can attest to this, if you go on social media, these women is living out the time of their lives, man. They traveling, they eating, you know. They got certain challenges and trends speaking about that will say, oh, why don't you let men take you out? And a woman will say, oh, I do, I just don't let them. You know, and that pride and that haughty spirit, the Lord is gonna do away with that, man. You won't be able to pick up the phone and call 911. You know, there's already reports that have came out that said in certain cities throughout Babylon the Great, police are scarce, which means the time in which it will take for, you know, a police officer or officers to respond to a crime, that time has went up drastically, man.
This is Proverbs 18:12. Before destruction, the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility.
And that's what we see. Haughtiness in women. Pridefulness in women. All right? And like the brother said, before destruction, and that's the time that we're entering into. Destruction. The whole way in which Babylon is constructed, you know, you have your monetary system, you have your hospitals, you have your transportation, all right? You have your security, your infrastructure, your power, lights, gas, The Lord is finna destroy all that. He's gonna destructure this place. And if you ain't led by the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim outside, you finna be destroyed out here, man. The Lord ain't finna be playing games with women entering into. Right now, you can walk up and down the street with your smartphone and, you know, your hair. You can jog at 8 o'clock at night on back streets with your booty shorts. You know, as long as you got a charge on your phone, you good, because you got your, you know, let's face it, women got their own military, man. It's called the police. You know, it's gonna come a time where the Lord is finna really unleash these demons out here, man. These people that you see walking up and down the street completely bugged out of their mind. The Lord is gonna turn them people on you.
Yeah, because during like the 70s and 80s, 90s, you had prolific serial killers. Such as Jeffrey Dahmer, Ted Bundy, Wayne G. Gacy's. Them type of people, man. Them type of people gonna be the same ones that's gonna run at you. Because guess what? Them the same men that be following you women around it, doing candid videos and stuff, man.
Yep.
You know, you don't even know.
And it's been a, man, and I know I can speak for brothers too, there's been an uptick in women getting judged, man, left and right. Every time you open up Daily Mail, every time you open up News Break, News Daily, it's some type of article, breaking news coming out how a woman was raped, put to death. Yep. You know, her husband rose up and put her and the kids to death.
That one man beat his wife up, killed her, and then threw the baby in the river.
Man, come on now.
This one dude in the South, he set his woman on fire. Jake Bill, Latin tribe woman, set her ass on fire because them, hey man, them Latin tribe, they not loyal, man.
Yeah.
You know, them Latin tribe women, man, they may put less hell than the so-called black woman, but believe me, they the devil too, man.
Can we get that precept where
I got Sirach 39:20.
Man, that's the spirit, bro.
Yeah.
It's the spirit.
All right,
That's what I was about to say.
All through the spirit, man. So, Book of Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. And just to explain that, man, that's dealing with, you know, certain spirits that Yahweh Shai brings down, and they go into vessels, you know, and they go out and they become serial killers. Now to bring out an example of that, there was this popular radio show in the 90s. I forgot the exact name, but I did a lesson on it. Said the video didn't, you know, the fire got corrupted. It's out the spirit anyways, though. But you know what I'm saying? I did a lesson on it, you know, and basically the dude was just, oh yeah, you know, I kill women, you know, I kill prostitutes. That's what he was saying, you know, in the video. He was explaining, going into how he did it. You know, one went through his mind, and then shortly afterwards, after the call ended, the next day the FBI came to the dude's radio show and took the footage and things of that nature, you know, and then you'll collect the evidence, but it never came out that the dude got caught. You know, this was sometime in the 90s, 1997. You know, I wasn't even, you know, made in the womb by then. You know, but it never came out that the dude was caught. And you know, Esau, and that shows you that dude was probably still out here scot-free. Because one thing about Esau, he's a proud man and he likes to boast in his achievements. Yeah, I'm the one who caught Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm the one who caught this guy. Yeah, that guy that was talking shit in the radio station. Yeah, I'm the one who caught that guy. He's up there in Rikers Island right now, right? But no, nothing ever came out whether that dude got caught up, man. So that goes to show that he's probably still out there free. You know, he's probably still out there targeting women. All right, and this is just one man who Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai put the spirit, you know, to have him call a radio show to get some type of kick off of it. Because, you know, you see the movies, you know, you get some type of kick off of it.
I think that was called Zodiac. Yeah, he called the radio station.
Oh, no, he would write letters to the police. That happened like way back though.
Yeah.
That was in the 60s. Now, what I'm talking about happened in the 90s.
I think that was, Zodiac was in the 60s.
Yeah, it was older. It's a lot, bro. It was older, you know, but this one happened in the 90s. You had another one, the Amazon killer, you know, he would buy certain tools that he would use to kill people with, and he would write reviews, you know, on the thing, and then give hints. You know, so hey, them spirits is out there, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's gonna be a terror to women, man. You know, because a lot of women has done so many different things, and we gonna get it out of the scripts.
And if I could say this too, man, forget it's to the point where it's like, yo, man, forget having a wife, a girl, and then, you know, worrying if she gonna cheat on you. He's willing to put kids that are not even yours on you, man.
Yeah.
You see them that footage where the dude's on court, he's crying because he done raised the kid for 10 years. It's not even his, man. And the real father out there, you know, scot-free, probably still visit and deal with the wife. He copping the wife on the side type shit.
Sure.
Women are cool, man. Set dudes up. You got dudes, they got some substance, some checkers to them. Woman look at that, oh, okay, I'm gonna set him up. Boom, he get robbed.
Oh, don't be an entertainer or athlete. Get about it. Getting set up, bro.
Nah, that's it.
Yeah, I got a quick piece of what you said. This is Joel 39 and verse 16. It says, she is hardened against her young ones as they were not hers. Her labor is in vain without fear.
This is Proverbs 6:26. Like you know, brothers were saying about, you know, Jake that's in the entertainment world. Proverbs 6:26 says, "For by means of a whorous woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread,
Ain't that something?
and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life." So, you know, these women who catch these, you know, NFL players slipping, you know, these actors, or these different renowned Jakes in this society, or any man for that matter, they will bring a man down to a piece of bread. They'll take everything from you, man. Yep. You know, when a man so-called gets a divorce through this legal system, which is demonic, you know, she'll walk away with half of his shit, man. They taking the house, the kids, the dog, and half of everything that he's worked for. Meanwhile, she ain't bring nothing to the table but some mouth and pussy, some ass, man.
Right.
You know, and a fake body, a modified body, fake hair,
Makeup.
you know, and a $10 dress.
She brought lipstick and shit to the
So you
party.
gotta smile, man.
So once again, it says Proverbs 6:26, "For by means of a whorous woman," what is a whorous woman? A woman that sleeps with many men. And according to the scripts, if a woman has slept with someone else other than the person that took her virginity, she's a whore, man.
Already.
So, for by means of a whorous woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. That's nothing. You don't even got the whole loaf. You got a piece of it. Right? It says, "And the adulteress will hunt for the precious life," and that's what we see on social media. A bunch of adulterous women hunting. And when you examine hunting, it's a very it's a sport with no mercy.
Nope.
So these women is cutting off this dude, cutting off that dude, you know, finessing him, all to get her gains,
Baiting them and shit.
baiting them. You know,
Yeah.
this guy paying for this guy paying for that. Or I'm gonna date him because I know I can get season tickets to the Clippers game. You know, oh, this dude, he work at the dealership. You know, I'm gonna fuck with him because I know that I can get my car service for free. You know, oh, he work at T-Mobile. He know how to finesse it and get my bill paid. So these women is hunting for the precious life. They want to cut off and kill and afflict anybody that they run into, as long as they get in that picture where they on social media traveling, them damn dinner plates and them lunch plates and them outfits. The scriptures call it the changeable suits of apparel. Lord willing, we get into that. You know, they weave, they makeup, you know, their jewels, they feet done.
Man,
I got a clip I can play, you know, just to show an example. Just a celebrity, you know, buying a woman out, you know, a bunch of bags, and then she gives off that witch.
Where's it from? So
It's on the ground. I can just play the clip right there. Send it to a brother. It's you know, something you.
yeah, cause they teaching that, man, in the social media and in the
you
movies.
know, you go to the stream, you put it in the stream. So you can just, you know, copy and paste it and put it in the stream. Yeah.
Yeah, they teach that in the you know, they teaching our women how to be like that.
Yeah.
That would the lesson, not
Right.
to be disrupted. You know what I mean?
This is Job 39 and verse 13.
Wow.
Gavest thou the goodly wings unto the peacocks, or wings and feathers unto the ostrich, which leaveth her eggs in the earth, and warmeth them in dust, and forgetteth that the foot may crush them, or that the wild beast may break them. She is hard against her young ones as though they were not hers. Her labor is in vain without fear.
So, yeah, that's the mindset of a woman. Her labor is in vain without fear. Whatever she do, she don't fear the repercussions. She don't fear, I let this man on. I had him believing that I'm his woman. And now I don't want to deal with it. I'm gonna block his phone.
Man.
I'm gonna block his phone number. What could he do to me? I'm untouchable. But it was describing the nature of an ostrich. It goes into how the Lord beautified them, with the feathers and different things. And then she put the ostrich, Lamentations 4.
They put the egg down.
The ostrich put the egg in the dust and then go back and trample her eggs with her big ass feet, man. But that's women being very irresponsible with their young. They putting their children in situations that they can get put to death. Like the brother was saying off camera. He was speaking about a video where a woman was in an Uber, her and her friend and a baby. And the boyfriend, was following the Uber driver and was dumping in the car. Or shooting, in the car, man.
Yeah, he put a few shots into her. Now, the crazy thing is, the dude was aiming directly at them because them shots, they weren't to the front. They were to the back.
Right.
Like, they hit the back window, pop, pop. Them women, they probably felt that breeze when the bullets flew past. That's why they were in panic, though.
But that just goes to show you that these women put their children in life-threatening situations, man. Here it is. The mother of a mother. She has a 6-year-old daughter, but she's dating around. And the guys that she's dating, their eyes is now previously set on the daughter. Daughter gets touched and fondled with.
Yeah.
And I've heard situations of women that, I've came in contact that said that they were in those situations and they told their mom was going on, and the mother didn't do nothing and fears that the man will leave her.
Not only that, they get the blame in the daughter. What you say to him? What you done did? You know what I'm saying?
And they showed you that in that movie Precious, man.
Right.
So.
Oh, is that the one with the
Fat girl?
Yeah.
Brothers gotta watch that movie, man. That's a scandal. That movie very dark.
Curses all in there.
Lamentations 4 and 3. Even the sea monsters draw out the breast, they give suck to your young ones.
Now, a sea monster is a blue whale, a sperm whale, shark, orca. I was just going into them this morning. These different whales of the sea. And those creatures have compassion upon their offspring, right?
It says, the daughter of my people has become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness.
So the Lord is referencing the behavior of our women to an ostrich in the wilderness. And the brother went into Job 39 that went into that characteristic of an ostrich. She lay her eggs in the dust and she don't know if she's gonna trample it with her feet. So our women have gotten very careless with their children. And you see these women when you out, at Target or whatever, you out and about, you doing your commerce, you'll see the woman all dressed up nice with heels and a dress on, and then her son is a little snotty-nosed son, like Roscoe off of Martin, man.
Yeah.
Wearing a thrift store outfits.
Blowing snot bubbles and dirty. But a mama got a weave all the way down to her feet, man. Dressed in designer. Got the newest phone. Meanwhile she live in dunghills, man. Now we're gonna go back to Isaiah 32 and 9. We can start from the top.
Alright, so back to Isaiah chapter 32, verse 9. Rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters.
And we went into that. You know, the scriptures is talking about how at ease you women have gotten. But the scriptures is also speaking about how hearing the Lord's voice.
Alright? My careless daughters give ear unto my speech. Many days and years
And we always speak about Jacob's trouble and Lord.
shall fail, the gathering shall not come.
Now the ventures shall fail. The ventures means some old things, man. The old ways. And what's the old ways? This society having a heart to women. You know, the government assistance programs.
Yep.
You know, your Captain Save-A-Hoes. Social media, the internet.
Chivalry.
Chivalry. And you have a whole movement, which this is to turn away from these westernized women, man. Why? Because they have all went through the same shit with these women. They all share similar stories on how they dated women and they turned on them. You know?
The Lord had to chime in on that one.
The Lord sending shots out on these women, man.
You see, that's another thing, you know, the Spirit, I did the lesson on that yesterday, you know, with the clip that I showed. I need to just show you what's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's just the drop. Instead of a car, it's going to be houses being shot up, man. Machine guns. 3-4 dudes with
Savage.
Yeah.
That's what's coming.
you know?
Yeah, so all those, like the brother going into in Isaiah 32, those ventures ways is God going to be taken away, man. You know, you being able to just, you know, have your casual walk in your neighborhood, you know, that's going to be a thing of the past. You being out here with ills,
Man.
you know, it's going to be a time that we're entering into that it's going to be very dreadful and terrible teeth. You know, have 3. Isaiah 3.
Alright, and it reads, many days and years shall ye be troubled. Oh, it's like it. Yeah, Con, that's the continuation. Verse 10, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. Alright, because they don't have a care in the world, man. They got it going on over here, right? They got everything over here. They got, like brother said, they got their military, which is the police force.
Yeah.
You know, they got an unlimited source of income with these simp manginas out here. Alright, even these non-desirable looking women, man, they find ways to try to play men. You know, and you got dudes that have been on a drought so long, you know, average dudes, you know, no homo shit, you know, average looking dudes. And it reads, the vintage shall fail and the gathering shall not come.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to reap all those benefits that this world is giving out, pushed out to you. It says the gathering shall not come. So you women that got brothers on child support, which that's wicked. You know what I mean?
On that real estate that
No doors for these women no more.
Yeah.
And if they say something about it, I'm gonna say, hey, listen, Silver's dead, baby.
You know, they want to buck up. They want to come against Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels, that's some world.
All that is written in the scriptures, so like,
and-
crazy.
But you know what's so crazy? The leaders of these women that's causing them to err, you know, your Nicki Minaj is your, she got a man or she had a man or something like that. I think reports came out how her man ditched her because she had a drinking habit. But while she was pushing forth all that adulterous music, she had a man she was laying up with at home. Meanwhile, she pushing out content to have you women out here enjoying your hot girls, the hot girl summer, and you being solo and enjoying that single life. She had a man to go to, Nicki Minaj. She got a husband. She said she was married on the Kevin Samuels shit. I don't know how true that is. But I mean, scripturally she's married. But she got a man and a child at home. Beyonce, she got 2-3 kids. Kim Kardashian, she separated from Kanye, but she had a husband and 4-5 kids, man. Meanwhile, they teaching you to be single and enjoy life and be on your own.
all that is a psyop. That Cardi B shit, all that shit is
Oh,
a
Cardi B,
psyop.
that's another. She got a husband and 2 kids at home. She on her Instagram showing her
wife.
You got it.
that's a beautiful point to bring out, man. Like, that's something that'll just go out of front. That's something that'll really confound these women out here. And, you know, they don't got husbands. You know, they all of them got husbands. Beyonce got Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man. But anyways, he reads, verse 11, tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare and gird sackcloth upon your loins.
Yeah, strip you and make you bare. In the scriptures, in these few verses that we're reading, the vibration of tremble and fear is all throughout these precepts. And it says strip you because right now, you got the costly apparel on. You know, you wearing Chanel this. You know, because Apostle Bar said this before. Articles of clothing, it puts a spirit on you. You know, certain materials and fabrics put a spirit on you. That's why the Lord told us don't mix fabrics. You know, you only if you wear linen, you just wear that. You know, the priests, the Levites, you know, they wore all linen. And even if you wear linen, you feel like you calm, you cool. It's a calming vibration when you wear linen. You know, the wind blowing through it. You're not hot. You're not sweating.
Yep.
You know, silk. You put silk on, you feel rich.
Forget about it.
You know, you feel royal. So articles of clothing puts a certain spirit and vibration on you.
And you mix that with that gold and silver and them jewels. Forget
gold
about
and silver.
shiny
So
shit.
now imagine the spandex. What spirit these spandex is putting on women? Tight clothes.
Tight clothes.
You know,
Like it be
women, they
hell.
wear these tight clothes, and other men look at them and get mad that their husband is mad. I know he will. You know, but let's get down over here.
All right.
Yeah, and we're gonna be looking at, hey, that what you saw is that what you shall reap. Because in those days, we're gonna look at you women with disdain. A spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh is gonna have to come on us to deal with women in those days.
That's right. Yeah, we're gonna have to set it all up, man. See, it's not gonna be because we like you, we're gonna seek you. Austin and Sauce with the whole love vibration. This is just Disney niggas, man.
Simpletons.
Simple.
Living in the Disney fake life, you know.
And
A rom-com.
we grew up fucking, that's a distorted view of marriage right
Man.
there, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna read this again. It says, many days and years shall you be troubled. Well, it's like verse 11. Tremble, you careless women that are at ease. Be troubled, you careless ones. Strip you and make you bare. And gird sackcloth upon your loins. And the elder apostle Rama was going into the word sackcloth. It's going
Yeah,
into suffering,
sackles.
man.
Yeah.
All right, suffering.
Alligator skin.
Hey, organic, it's an organic material. Yeah, because you know high level stuff. You know, it's made out of like real genuine leather. You know, but hey, that's what's coming to you, women. All right. Vibration of trouble. All right, the vibration of trembling, which is caused by great fear, and sackcloth, which is caused to be trodden down like a lion on the streets. All right, verse 12. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant field, for the fruitful vine.
Yeah, lament meaning mourn. The teats is all the resources and substances that you have gotten from here.
Milk.
Over said Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because the daughters of Zion are haughty.
Yeah, all the meaning proud, man. That's talking about our women. So-called Negro, Latino, and the American women. As a whole, they're all proud, man. Here it is. You know, you go in at work, and here it is. They don't acknowledge a man. You know.
And walk with stretched forth necks.
Yep, that's that pride, man. Walking, missing as they go, thinking that nobody can touch them. They invincible. You know.
And wanton eyes.
Yes, meaning undisciplined. You know, here it is. They walking with they man. They got a husband. They looking at you. Yeah.
Right.
You know.
I have so many times that should be getting frustrating to me, man. You see a chick, and then you got the single ones. They act like, oh, the fuck. They act like they little goddesses on earth or some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just completely off.
But
Man.
that proves a woman not satisfied.
Yeah.
You know, if she have a husband, but she looking at you, that proves she not satisfied, man. Just that alone.
All right, it reads, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet.
Yeah, that's some high heels. You know, walking past flip flops. You know, dirty heels at the bottom. These women don't be cleaning themselves like that. You know,
Verse
sweet as
17.
we sweet, she got sandals on. She got.
Yep. Therefore, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai will smite with the scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion.
Yeah, and that's why women bald now. That's why the weave industry is booming. Because our woman is bald headed. You know, they refuse to grow hair. Now the so-called 1948ers, their women, they shave their hair bald to try to fit that prophecy. You know?
Yeah,
but the curse on us is not self-inflicted.
Right.
It's natural.
Yeah.
You know? So,
And that's why Moab and Ammon come into these neighborhoods making billions off the so-called black woman
yeah.
in her hair situation.
Yeah, with that horse hair, man.
Yeah, that yaki.
The East Indian country, man, they're making money off their hair.
Yeah.
Hey, that weed that's made out of horsehair, whatever abomination they got, is gonna rot in their heads, man.
That's why
And
the
they-
head be stinking.
It's actually from other women that actually got hair.
Yeah, other women, you know, some they say that they get it from dead people.
Yeah.
You know, it was a clip where you know they have to get like they cut the weave off a woman's head and a whole bunch of like worms and stuff were like growing into her head.
maggots and shit.
Yeah, lice, maggots. Bro, that's gonna be the predicament of these proud ass women, man.
Yep. And I seen growing up, man. You know, your aunties, you know, they had that little circle thing, braids.
Oh yeah.
And that shit be all filled with dandruff and shit.
Yeah,
know?
matted.
Matted.
And it reads, in that day, Yahweh Shai will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their cowl and their round tires and their round tires like the moon.
Yeah, their bodies.
Yeah, 'cause-
and a certain jewelry. You know, a woman, she beautifies herself with hey, what's going on? A woman beautifies herself with jewelry and these different, you know, anklets and bracelets and necklaces and all these different things. The Lord has taken that away. Now these women wear a whole bunch of fake shit.
Yeah.
You know, back then y'all wore real silver, real gold, rubies, you know, different, you know, precious stones, like the scriptures say. But now y'all wearing a whole bunch of shit that tarnish, and that just goes to show you that y'all went from being the Slocky. Y'all went from the daughters of Zion that wouldn't even put your feet on the ground to now just everything about you is totally fake. Your hair, your makeup, your body, your clothes, you know, your
Eyelashes.
nails, your eyelashes. All right, your teeth, you know, everything, your life, you know, your fucking life, your whole life is fake. But you went from, you know, a royal estate to, you know, a low estate. It's like,
Well, us men, we're supposed to bow down.
move to the side, bro. Yeah, just move back a little bit. Yeah.
But us as men, we're supposed to bow down
To that.
to where your life. Yo. We're supposed to conform our ways to you.
Yeah.
All right. Verse 19. The chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets.
I remember they was decked out back then.
Yeah.
You know, like I was saying, it was all real.
And feminine too, and not no manly, you know, big chain like these fucking
They gonna
studs
be
wear.
doing that. Remember that one time the swap meet? They gonna have thick ass,
Bigger gold
20
chains than
millimeter
yeah.
diamond Cuban, like that's ugly, bro.
You know, women they used to adorn themselves with like body chains.
Yeah. Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like pretty thin gold body chains, belly chains or whatever. You know, just sexy, beautiful shit. You know?
Yeah, like their dresses would it would be sewn in between, you know, beautiful stuff. Hey, so you could just deck a girl out for the wedding. She come present herself in the wedding. That's beautiful, man.
Kind of like that woman.
It's delicate.
Kind of like that woman off of that Prince movie. What was it called? Purple Rain. That woman, she had all that accessories.
Oh
on.
yeah.
She was cute too.
Yeah. Wow.
And Prince wasn't even showing that attention.
Yeah, but that's how you gotta be with women.
And it reads the bonnets and the ornaments of the legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel.
The different outfits. You know, you go in a woman's closet, you know, she prides herself for having a closet full of different clothes and outfits, man. The changeable suits of apparel. You know, that's why we read in Isaiah 32 that put sackcloth, you know, strip you and make you bare and put sackcloth on your loins. Because you women gotta humble down from all that. Humble down from wearing all these different things that get you attention. Because all that shit don't get you nowhere.
All right, and the changeable suits of apparel and and the mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins.
The crisping pins, that's how the women flat iron their hair. You know? Because, you know, the women of our tribes, they got, you know, curly hair or woolly hair. So the Latin tribes as well as the southern tribes, they will use the crisping pins or, you know, those, you know, back in the day, them hot irons you put on the stove to straighten their hair. You know, now they got these little things that shape like V's. They go in the bathroom and they, you know, scriptures call it the crisping pins. You know, our women been straightening our hair and having it straight down. They didn't always have to wear it curly. They wore it straight.
And that goes to show nothing new under the sun, man.
Yeah.
Nothing's new under the sun, you know? Going back at it, it reads. All right, continuing on. All right, let me see, where was I at? Oh, yeah. Verse 23, the glasses.
The glasses. You know, we wore glasses back then. You know, different. You know how the women, they love wearing these big ass glasses on their face and the different, you know.
Yeah,
Lord took away all that. Glasses, these glasses, and women wear it, ain't nothing new.
Yeah. And we had drip back in the day too, man. Like, for example, don't be deceived by Esau telling you that, you know, because a lot of the time he be taking credit for a lot of the stuff that's here. It's been back then, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you see the hieroglyphs of, you know, the Egyptian hieroglyphs, not to give them any credit, but you see like what looks to them to be observing the heavens through a telescope.
Yeah.
Right? Things like that. You know, they had electricity.
I had like a tablet, like
Yeah, you know,
I
some
seen one had a
left-hand
laptop.
shit, some left-hand shit too. Like I was gonna say too, like this is a wicked example, you know. But they said that they found traces of cocaine on one of the pharaoh's bones, man. You know, so
Shooting up.
yeah, they were doing some shit, man. You know, traces of cocaine, that shit sticks in you.
I actually come from the herb, the poppy field.
Well, not
The coca plant.
Yeah, that's in South America. So
But poppy seeds can show up as heroin in your system though. And telescopes would have to have been back in the days of old, because when David, when he came out, he saw Bathsheba naked. Now, I don't think, and I speak as a man, I don't think she was that close to the king to be naked taking a bath. You know, he probably came out, you know, with a telescope and was. Oh, is that? Who is that? And he showed Joab. Joab looked. Oh, that's Bathsheba. He was like, let me see. You know. Come on now. He didn't see it with a you know, because I mean we can only see so far. You know.
Right. Yeah, man. You know, it kind of wouldn't make sense for Bathsheba to be out. You know, if she lived next to the
king. Why would she live next to the king? And Uriah the Hittite was he top in the army?
Yeah, I think he was.
He had a top position in the army, but why would his woman be in a position where she could be naked taking a shower?
Right in front of the royal chambers.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So David had to have some binoculars, and you know he was
Extrapolate.
You know, they show you that in Scorpion King too. You know, with the crystal in the telescope thing, but I believe it was more sophisticated than that. You know, they show you things that our people did, and when Esau came over here with some real sophisticated things, man, that they don't give credit. They just want to say that we was just some niggas swinging from trees in Africa and some savages jumping around killing each other over here in the Americas.
Well, Jake worshiped the sun, moon, and the stars. You got to see him. You know, I would imagine that they had, you know, people was out there looking at them and saying Issachar knew the signs of the times.
Right.
You know, I think we can come back. Huh? What you think? That's
So continuing on with the verse.
About 2 minutes.
And it reads, in the fine linen,
Yeah.
hoods and the veils. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, instead of sweet smell, there shall be a stink.
Now think about during Jacob's trouble. All hell break loose.
Man.
You ain't gonna have the sweet smell. You ain't gonna have the Bath and Body Works lotions. You ain't gonna have the Chanel Blue.
The Massingale.
You know, you're not gonna have the Balenciaga spray and the different perfumes and the sprays. You ain't gonna be able to have the feminine products to douche and clean up in there and, you know, make sure you smell good. You're gonna have that stink. You're gonna smell like rotten fish, man.
Don't be on the run.
Don't be on the run. Don't be in the woods. You know, you're gonna have different animals smelling.
Man.
You know, different.
If you're bleeding in the bed, in the wilderness,
You gonna get struck for that.
Yeah.
Get that shit out.
Esau trying to kill his brother Jacob with that shit, man.
Whole chapter. No, Esau didn't
He
take the
trying
whole
to
chapter
kill his
down.
brother Jacob with that business.
Yeah, copyrighted Christian song. I thought the Christians were about charity, right?
Yeah, but you know, you gonna have certain smell. And think about it. You think we gonna wanna take a woman in smelling like that, looking like that? Here it is, your hair all over the place. You got a black eye because you escaped a bear, and then you escaped the lion and the bear met you. Now you got a black eye.
He done took a swipe at you.
You know, you escaped one man
Calamity.
of men
Yeah.
rape. You know,
Oh
raping you.
yeah. Yeah.
It's not like the games. You got unlimited stamina. No, you don't get tired.
Or you can die and restart in the same area, but then you could just avoid that.
Respond.
You can respawn.
You
but
got the
just
cheat code
avoid
for that area now. You can
You
just
know.
Right. Right. Hey man, you know, I was saying yesterday through the spirit in the lesson, you know, that I did concerning these wicked ass women, man. It's gonna be set up for a man of the Lord to be dealing with you, man. It's gonna be set up because with all these elements coming and everything that's written in the scriptures, the Lord has to be dealing with you for you to be with a man of Yahweh Shai.
right.
Okay? That means that some way we're gonna have to find you desirable, which means you're gonna be taken care of in the time of Jacob's trouble. How? It's a mystery. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the Lord could lead you to certain springs and stuff. You might be cleaned up. You know what I mean? And then you get led to a man again. It's a balance to it, right? But for the majority of these women, they're gonna be destroyed. They're gonna be rejected.
Yeah, because the man's gonna be a covert.
And you know, one of the things that I get real vexed and real tired of with these women, like it's not even like when you talking, like shoot, you could even try talking to them. Okay, thank you, have a nice day. That's the shit that they'll do to you. You could be in a fucking restaurant. Okay, thank you, have a nice day. The other day I was at an Asherite restaurant. This little Latin bitch. Okay, bye. Right after I finished paying, bye. Like what the fuck? Now this restaurant, you know, I go on the regular. I didn't make a big deal out of it. But listen, man, it's gonna be our turn to do that, and it's not gonna be pleasant when we do that. Okay, bye. That's how we gonna be doing. You could be starving. You could be, you know, who knows what could be happening. You could be on the run. Dudes is trying to kill you. Have a nice day. Bye.
Yeah, because the Most High is going to reverse this thing, man. The first shall be last, you know what I'm saying? All that. It's going to be a big reversal.
Alright, so continuing on with the scripture, and it reads, and it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be a stink. Instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of a well-set hair, baldness.
The girdle was what shaped the woman's outline appearance, make her slim. But it says rent. And when something is rent, it's like bust
Out of
open,
shape.
out of shape. So that represents a woman gonna be out of shape. Fat.
Yeah. They went from having nice bodies. That's why the whole thing right now is surgeries and BBL. Because it's in their spirit to know that I'm supposed to have a nice body. You know, I'm supposed to be shaped. But that's a curse. You know, when you read Numbers, the 5th chapter, where if a man suspected his wife to be caught in the act of adultery, he would bring his wife to the Levites, the priests, and they will make this concoction. The scriptures call it holy water, which was the ashes of a sacrificed heifer and water, and it was bitter, and a woman would drink it. And then if a woman was caught, took part in the act of adultery, then her thighs is swelled, her belly, her belly was swollen, her thighs would rot, which is cellulite, varicose veins, cellulite, all this different shit. You know what I mean? That would happen right there on the spot. You know. See, we had power back then. You know, and that holy water that your pastor got, he's sprinkling it on. No. You know, we had real holy water that did stuff, man.
Real medicine.
You know, real purification waters, man.
Yeah, you know, because at the end of the day, you lose up our power that we were able to do those things.
Kind of get the water, heals through the spirit.
Yeah, because he's the one that will manipulate the elements.
Yeah.
Us being the vessels, you know, through us manipulating the elements to do and exact his will.
Right.
Ah.
Right. Jesus Christos Negro. She got terrified.
Terrified of her.
Alright, so Isaiah 3:24, and it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell there shall be a stink, and instead of the girdle of rent, alright, and instead of a well set hair, baldness.
Yeah, instead of well set hair, or as these women call it now, good hair. You know, because when a nigga woman get to weave, she getting the Malaysia, she getting the Asian, she getting these different hair that's silky and fine and curly, and when it get wet, it looks tropical and all that.
Yeah, Iraqi.
You know, Most High said, to hell with all that. You got baldness now. You got bald head. And the little limps these women think they do got that go just past their shoulders, that ain't nothing. Our women had hair. You got the account of Mary. She cleaned our Lord Yahweh Shai's feet with her hair. And you know, mostly this happened with the Southern Kingdom, right? Because Isaiah, he was a prophet during the time of the kings, Southern Kingdom. In fact, he was Hezekiah, you know, advisor. And you know, he was bringing these prophecies out. But the Northern Kingdom, they got baldness too, man. You know, I done dated a couple of Northern Kingdom, and they had some spots in their head.
Yeah, because they get more proud, man. They get more turned out. The more worse they get, the more they're being struck. Cause see, they come from like a traditional, you know, background, you know, where you could say some virtue is taught to them. Hey, keep us in the house, you know, be a good wife, be a good mother. You know, these are the virtues that are taught. Hey, my mother, she's a good mother, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, do this, do that. Every day, you know, she make food. If not, she buy the food for, you know, I remember growing up, man. So that's the type of stuff that we have. But when you take them here into society, they turn out, they go horny, right? That's one aspect. Then they forsake the kids. They become ostriches. You know, your little kid having fucking hot Cheetos. You know, having hot Cheetos for fucking dinner, man. What's that? What's that? Hot Cheetos for fucking dinner. The lunch food, the cafeteria. Trust me, man, I grew up around these Issacharites, man. The little essays, you know, little roughneck, little Issacharites. I know what the fuck they went through, you know? Hot Cheetos for dinner. Oh, man, I'm hungry. Or I'm gonna get this big bag of hot Cheetos. I'm good. I'm like, damn, man, your mom ain't cooking, you know? Well, nah, you know, she, you know. I'm like, damn. Hey, man, it's all arithmetic, man. The worse they wax, the worse it's gonna be stripped on them, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna read this again. And it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be stink. And instead of a girdle of rent, and instead of a well set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomach of a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty.
Yeah, our women has become ugly. You know, we had beautiful women. We had way beautiful women back then. You know, when you read during the time of the Greeks, when you had Antiochus Epiphanes IV, you know, and his army coming down on Israel, he speaks about how the countenance of women, the beauty of women changed. You know? So now, like, our women got all these different blemishes and faults about them. You know? Acne, pimples, acne, some growing hair and shit on their face. You know?
And all that's going to be done away with. Like the scripture says, you know, strip it. All that's going to be stripped away in Jacob's trouble, man. Because they try to masquerade and hide these blemishes through the makeup and the weave and the, you know, the good dressing and, you know, certain things that make their bodies pop out more. That's another thing too. You know, women have certain pants now that are designed to make their asses look, you know, fatter than what they really are. You know, they go as far as putting pads, you know, in their pants, you know, to make their asses look, you know, bigger than what they really are. And then when you strip them down, they are nothing wrong with the fuck.
They got leggings formed like that too, like the crease. It's like the crease in the middle is like formed, like, you know, to be round.
Give it an appearance of round shape. Now, also in this society, Esau has stuff created for women to basically calm down the curses, man. That fell on our women. See, us men, look, however we are, this is how we are. We got fucked up skin. You got fucked up skin. If you going bald, I mean, now they got certain stuff where, you know, the different, you know, surgery and shit. But with us men, we pure. However we are, we ain't walking around with girdles and shit. You You know, we're not getting surgery done. Oh, I need to get the surgery so I can make sure I got the big calves. You know, I need to get the bicep surgery. You know.
Even said in law, if a man is have a receding hairline, then he is clean. We cut your hair bald intentionally, and that's when you going off. But if it's naturally going bald, then you clean.
Yep.
So back then, men had a receding.
All right, so hey man, in conclusion with this, because that's it on that, you know, dealing with these women.
It's a little more because they're gonna sit on the ground.
Oh yeah, come on, okay. All right, verse 25, thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war.
Yeah, and that's what's gonna happen, man. Because a lot of these men that these women lust after, these street dudes, these gangbangers, these hood dudes, these finessers, these athletes and entertainers, they all gonna be getting put to death.
Yep.
You know?
Sips.
And if they don't get put to death, they're gonna go to the wars. You know, can we get that in 2nd Ezra 16? How that men shall go to the wars.
Is that
Yeah.
Is that my
No.
Yeah. Is it?
Well, the previous verses, man, hey, the Louis, the Gucci, the Finny, the Prodigal turn into Nado, man. That's what's gonna happen.
16 verse 32 on there. And then you can bring that vibration back out, and then this brother will go into it.
So, Isaiah chapter 3, verse 25, thy men shall fall by the sword, thy mighty in the war.
Yeah, so it's going to be a draft. It's going to be a war.
Yep.
You know, a lot of these dudes that's fit, or you got the nice bodies, or you
Work out
you
and
on a
shit.
herbal life, and you dedicated your life to being fresh and fit and all that. Well, guess what?
You taller than 6'2".
Yeah, you taller than 6'2", and you got them muscles and biceps.
Man.
You know, guess what? Esau is gonna be rounding you up. All right, and this is what's gonna happen.
The 2nd Ezra 16:32. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields therein shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through.
Yeah, because during Jacob's trouble, a lot of things is gonna be shut down. You know, the way of life and all this traffic and all the stuff that's going on in the infrastructure, that shit is gonna shut down.
Yep.
You know, people ain't gonna be out here roaming like they used to. You know, because Esau's gonna do something to where it's gonna be a natural, a nationwide shutdown. It's gonna be worse than what you saw in 2020, 2021. Go ahead.
It says verse 33. The virgin shall mourn, having no bridegroom. The woman shall mourn, having no husband. The daughter shall mourn, having no helper. And the war shall that bridegroom be destroyed.
Yeah, and that war, all these women, men is gonna be done away with. Because when you read in Joel, the 2nd chapter, the Lord said he's going to remove far from us the northern army. So we ain't got to worry about no war. You know, we ain't getting drafted in the war. The Lord got a spiritual hedge of protection around about the men of the Lord, and no evil like that is going to come nigh our dwelling. So all these women, they got these men in the world, they all going to get put to death. And that's why, let's get Isaiah 4:1. We're going to go back to that because I know it's like 2 precepts. We're going to go to Isaiah 4:1. All right? Is it anymore?
Yeah. And their husbands shall perish of famine.
Yeah, they're going to die in the army, you're going to die in the race wars, you're going to die of famine, right? So these women is going to be left out here desolate. They're going to have a reproach. And what's going to happen? Isaiah 4:1.
Book of Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach.
Yeah, so it's going to be a reproach. You know, these women ain't going to have a covering. So they're going to be looking for a man, you know? And it's going to be 7 to 1 because that's the ratio. It's more women than there is men. So and 7 also represents completion. So that's why it says, and all these women, It's gonna come to one man, and they're gonna be under his vibration because it says, "Let us, let all of us be called by thy name." You know what I mean? And to you Christians out there, that's not the body of believers coming to Yahweh Shah. That's actual women coming to men of the Lord. Okay? And the reproach is that, you know, these women's gonna suffer a reproach. We went into it. Many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless daughters.
Women do a lot of mental gymnastics just try to fucking put that Jezebel spirit into this truth, man. I remember that with that. Yeah.
They're just trying to take our blessings away from us. Nah, they ain't talking about that. Man, we keep reading, it'll go into it.
I had something on Isaiah 32 and 2.
Yeah.
Because you was talking about, you know.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
To support that. All right, and it reads, Isaiah chapter 32, verse 2, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as the rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadows of a great rock in a weary land. Meaning we're going to be a protection for, unto these women from the elements. All right, not all women, but a select women. Okay, and my particular favorite part of this verse is kind of like the middle part where it says, as rivers of water in a dry place, you know, because they're going to be thirsty and we're going to be giving them what they need, man.
Yeah, we're going to have knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Yeah.
You know, abundance of it. We're going to know how to manipulate elements. We're going to know where the bunkers are. We're going to know where the food storages are. You know? We're going to know how to, we're going to know how to heal you women and clean you up.
We're gonna know how to make fire and shit like
All
that.
through the spirit fire, how about
Portable crops. You don't have to sit in one place because that's waiting to get looted and pillaged on. We could have to where we have a wagon full of soil, and one wagon grows potatoes, which potatoes is good for you. Another wagon grows fruits, pears, strawberries, whatever, oranges.
Yeah.
Well, that's oranges grow out of the tree, and that's gonna be a little bit harder. You know, certain fruits that grow from the land. You know, strawberries is a good example of that. You know, many things, man. You know, our livestock is gonna be following us. The lambs, they gonna have their little family. They gonna be following us. Hey, we were men of substance back in the day, man. That's what when we traveled from one place and sojourned to another, we took everything with us. Our children, our livestock, our crops, our seeds, our everything, man. Yeah. So going back to Isaiah chapter 4, verse 2, and it reads, and in that day shall the branch of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua be glory, it's like to be beautiful and glorious.
That's talking about the women. You know, because our women gonna go back in the kingdom to that beautiful state.
Yep.
You know, the curse is gonna be reversed.
Alright, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comfort for them that are escaped of Israel.
Yeah, because it says the whole earth is going to yield forth its increase. Psalm 67 chapter. Everything's going to go back to proper order as it was in the beginning. But even better. You know, because they will never be in this low predicament ever again.
Now you was holding something, bro.
I said Isaiah Edges.
Yeah.
Isaiah Edges 16:35. Hear now these things and understand to be servants of the Lord. Behold, the word of Yahweh shall receive it.
You know, and that's, you know, we're supposed to, but it says Ezekiel eat the whole road. You know, I always say digest the whole book, the bitter and the sweet. So we have to be able to understand both aspects of how the Lord is.
Yeah. Yeah, the scriptures speak, you know, there's a sweet and bitter. You know, you got the brother's been speaking on it lately, the bitterness of the scripts. And the bitterness is that during this time that we entered into, a lot of women is gonna be put to death. And it don't matter what you look like. If you ain't you know, the elect lady, you ain't getting salvation. And ain't no amount of game you can run during that time supplant. Because the scriptures speak about how much game women got. Alright? But the game can't stand up to the spirit.
That's right.
You feel me? See, that game ain't standing up to the spirit, standing up against the spirit, the Holy Spirit. So we're gonna be able to discern all through that shit.
It's like when Peter asked the fifth chapter.
Ananias and Sapphira.
She was lying to Peter. But the Holy Spirit searched her out. know, and the Lord put her to death and around the spot. That's gonna be happening to these women.
Because, you know, if I could add on to, you know, what brothers were saying too, man, because, you know, brothers talking about, you know, women having game because their hearts are snares and nets, man. They always try to find a way to trap you up, man. Always trying to find a way to trap you up. How you think that dude, you know, got a woman in this platform talking and trying to break down Isaiah 4:1 completely off, man? Because he fell for the snares and nets.
Go ahead, Bucky.
And that dude,
Bring it out, my sister.
oh man, and that dude, hey, that's a man who done lost his wits for a woman. You know what I mean? But listen, man, it's the thing about it because, you know, brothers talking about these women having game, which, you know, they use it to supplant the men, right? But what's our forefather's name? Jacob. What does it mean in the Hebrew? Yakab, which means supplant. Yakab, yeah, which means supplant, right? So listen, man, we are the children of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. He had to set up for that to happen. You can't come to the source with that little low-level game, man.
Yeah.
All right, when the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is resting upon His chosen, you can't come to the source with that, man. You know, you got in the world, man. You can't play a player. You can't bullshit a bullshitter. Yeah, you can't come. You can't Yahweh, the chosen of Yahweh, man.
Can't supplant the supplanter.
That's right.
It says, 2 Ezra 16:36. Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake.
That's talking about these false gods out here. You know? Because these false gods, they prophesy unto you a vain vision, a thing of naught. And our people, you know, especially these women, they love this American dream because it's full of lies. And women love being deceived. Look what happened with Eve. The serpent came with another lifestyle outside of the lifestyle that Adam was walking in. She fell for it. Because in that philosophy that serpent-like man came to Eve with, it was freedom, it was liberty. Oh, I ain't got to be under Adam. Oh, I can be a God too. Oh, I can have my own wisdom.
Women just like when they see their man prosper. But she probably seen Adam prosper just like that, but doing the own thing.
And because one thing I noticed in this truth, that, you know, once you serve, as it's written in Tobit, you turn unto the Lord will turn unto you. You know, you know, say this in the commandments. You know, if you turn unto me, your enemies will become the Lord's enemies. So the Lord start fighting your battles. You know, different shit that you done went through in the world, you no longer go through that shit. I mean, you still go through, you know, the trial of your faith and different things, you know. But the Lord puts you on a level. When you was in the world, your woman was up here, but when you come in the truth, you become up here. Certain shit, you know, don't bother you no more, you know. And your woman, she see a difference in you. And she yearned for that old man because with that old man, she had power. With this new man, she don't got power. You know? So I got this over here in Isaiah 38. Now go, write it before them in a table and note it in a book, which is the Bible, that it may be for a time to come forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord. These women don't want to hear the law, statutes, and commandments. They want to hear things like the law is done away with. You know, women is on levels.
Definitely want smooth things.
It says,
Man can't have too much.
yeah. Or Isaiah 4:1. That's talking about Jesus in the body of believers. That's not talking about no man. They want to hear things like, it ain't gonna be no sex in the kingdom.
No sex in the kingdom.
You got women that have came out that said that, and they brought out certain scripts to justify them. You know, one of which is the man of the Lord is virgins.
Yeah. Yep.
You know?
Man.
Oh, sex is wicked.
Yeah, they. Oof.
Yeah, I used to hear that when I was a kid.
Sex is evil.
You think we gonna be doing that in the kingdom of heaven? You think
You're
you'll
gonna
be
be busting nuts in the kingdom of heaven, a lot of them, man.
Man.
Lord, hey, when the Lord when the Lord set up Noah and his boys, you know, to go and, you know,
Be fruitful.
set up the earth, he said, be fruitful and multiply, man. That was like one of the first commandments.
Man.
You don't think the Lord gonna give us that when he come with the new heaven and the new earth wherein dwell righteousness?
The Lord started over. I bet you.
Yeah.
The Lord gonna start over again. The same method. Be fruitful and multiply. Because we, you know, elect those men, you know, Shai, we're gonna be gathering all those heathen ones from different countries. China, Asia. China is a big country.
Yeah.
And Jay let them know about it.
Lots of heathen women out there, man.
Yeah.
Heathen women of our choice. You know, me personally, you like the Moabite women. You know, me personally, I like them like Middle Eastern women that are like, you know, light skin, like, you know, almost kind of palish. You know, they got the brunette hair, the very curvaceous body, and the very colorful eyes. I think they're like Persian or something. I don't know, but
Lebanese.
It's like they from over there. Not Lebanese. I met Lebanese chicks. You know, they kind of look like Latinas. I had one mixed up for a Latina. They kind of tan. These other ones I'm telling, they're very like pale, like light, but you can tell, you know, they're from the Middle East. By the way, by the curves. That's the main part right there. By the curves, man. You know, the curves that they have. You know, that's a big qualifying trait in a woman that a man desires. That a man finds desirable. That's why these women, you know, they getting the BBLs, man. They getting all that.
Yeah, I like the Mishra too.
And Tino, in Isaiah 30:9, it says that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Most High, will say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto his right things. What's right thing? It's going to be sex in the kingdom. That a man is going to, the order is going to be reestablished in the earth, and a man is going to be the Lord of you women. You know what I mean? Amongst various other things, that we're going to have these nations in subjection. We're going to have these heathens being these heathens, they're going to be a perpetual task force of workers. You know? Talk about Esau Edom being a so-called white man, he getting destroyed. Women getting destroyed. Jacob's trouble. Speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits, and that's what they want. They want us to speak about lies. Oh yeah, sister, in the kingdom, you're gonna have your own one-bedroom apartment. It's gonna be single ladies in the kingdom, and they're gonna be goddesses, and they're gonna have that power, and they're gonna have their little men under them. They ain't gonna have no men. They, you know, shit like that.
Yeah, everybody's gonna let that like one TV show lifestyle sex in the city.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They want to live their lifestyle here in Babylon, but in the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
Running around, taking trips, eating abominations, saying prayers over them, thinking they're making them holy. All right? It ain't going to be like that. It's going to be night and day in comparison to Babylon and the kingdom of heaven.
Verse.
What video you want?
It's the third one. Last 5 minutes.
Second 16 and verse 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains the child comes forth and slack on the womb.
Yeah, so these plagues that's coming upon the earth, the famine, the sword, the tribulation. Matter of fact, let's get Ecclesiasticus. You go with that, you call Ecclesiasticus 40:9.
It was a video. It was a video. Nigga woman she did a video of she was filming some chicken wings. The chicken wings look all decayed, and they was $30, $36 for some like pack of chicken.
Hey, that's what they was doing in Caracas. Remember? They was selling old ass meat.
Oh, that's meat. Yeah. You get sick from this. Especially with chicken, because you get salmonella poison.
Tainted meat, tainted fruit, messed up bread, rotten bread. You know, you got a worm growing in, people gonna still be eating that.
Maggots.
You know.
You got it right.
Book of Sirach in the Apocrypha, chapter 40, verse 9. Alright, or I can start at verse 8 too. You know, such things happen happen unto all flesh, both man and beast, that is sevenfold more upon sinners. Death.
So it's gonna be worse for these evil, wicked ass people, man. Because when the Lord have laid out the liberty for these people, which is the truth, the Lord outside said, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." When the Lord had opened up liberty unto them, they understood it not and forsook it. And the same shall know it after death through pain. So it's gonna be worse for you people out here, man.
Death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and scourge. These things are created for the wicked.
Those are plagues right there. And the ultimate plague is nuclear destruction, Zechariah 14:12. But like the brother was going into, behold, the plague, believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. The plagues draw nigh and are not slack. So all those different things that the brother listed in Ecclesiastes 40:9, those are plagues, and they're gonna come upon the earth, and they're not gonna be slack, meaning they're not gonna lighten up, they're gonna tighten up. It's gonna get worse. See, right now, you can say we're in a phase of peace and safety. You know, C-19 is kind of fizzling out. You know, you got the Super Bowl out here, which I think they gonna do something with this Super Bowl shit out here. You know, next week. You know, it's gonna be an uptick in cases or something. Esau gonna spray out some type of shit. He gonna do his magic. You know, he gonna use that as a catalyst to this new shit. You know, cause we in that whole peace and safety. You hear them kind of fizzling out that shit over there in Ukraine. You know, everything is kind of getting back cool. And another thing I noticed, Esau wicked holidays is falling on the Lord's high holy days, man. You know, during so-called Valentine's Day, which that's wicked, that's a Sabbath. That's a full moon and the Purim. Feel me? So choose you this day who you gonna serve. The gods that your father served on the other side of the flood. As for me, in my house, I'ma serve Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
It reminds me of that scripture. Good and set against evil.
Yeah. Yep. So-called Christmas was on the Sabbath. The so-called New Year's was on the Sabbath, which the New Year's is about to come during the Passover. But, you know, the Lord high holy days have been running in conjunction with Esau's wicked days. You got it, bro.
And now, I was just gonna say, you know, this is Lord has basically created a mirror reflection, if you will, of the two sides. On one side, you got, like, you know, brother listed an example. You got the wicked ass Valentine's Day, where all these men can go out there, lose their wits for money, buy them a whole bunch of expensive ass shit, and just be lost in that fucking sauce, right? Be lost in depth by that fucking knowing. But on the other hand, you got the men of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, all right, doing the Purim, you know, keeping the high holy day, you know. And so it's like a balance. It's like that reflection of the things, you know, in the grand scheme of things.
Good is set against evil, and the sinner against the God.
That's right. You know, so that's just what it is, man. Don't take this truth for granted. You could be out there losing your wits for your BM, probably cheating on you with Tuki, Ray, and Rico from Sinaloa, man.
Man, she was on a date with her ex last week.
Rico from Sinaloa.
Fucking Edgar.
Ugly ass Edgar cut, man. That they taking some superstar, got that cut to hide away his baldness, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
We'll be back in 2nd Ezra 16.
Is it on this?
It says, 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 39. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it every side.
Yeah, so the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side. So everywhere you go, it's gonna be sorrows. You ain't gonna be able to, oh man, it's too hot in LA. Let me go to the IE. Oh, it's too hot in LA. Let me go to Mexico. You know? There's gonna be sorrows everywhere because this agenda is gonna be pushed out upon the whole earth. You know? And these people's gonna mourn, man. because this whole lifestyle is going to be turned away.
Instead of convenience, it's going to be done away with.
Yeah.
But like Apostle Paul always mentioned, these cities really metropolitan cities, which means mother of, I forget what it's called, but it means mother of something. But basically, these cities were made for women, for its convenience. And when all these buildings be vacated, all these stores be shut down, everybody gonna mourn, man, because that's where everybody, get their stuff, their resources to have that pleasure. You're not gonna be able to have a party, as it says Isaiah 24, without the wine.
Oh, there's a cry for all the sugar.
Like you brought out earlier, women love wine, Hennessy,
cognac, alcohol, tequila, and little strawberry daiquiris.
Tequila. And don't forget the champagne the whole way.
Oh yeah, that champagne. Yeah. I done seen a woman drink 2 big bottles of champagne by herself.
You know, she a hard liver.
Man,
No man can drink it with, man. That's an escort.
man.
Who knows?
It says, verse 40. Oh, my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and those evils be even as pebbles upon the earth.
It says, "Oh my people." When you read in Zechariah 13, verse 8-9, it speaks about the 1/3. I will say, at the 1/3, it is my people, and they shall call them upon my name. So it says, "Oh my people, hear my word, hear these prophecies." So the Lord is going to put the Spirit on His men, and sisters, because you do got sisters that's a part of the elect, to hear this word. They're going to receive the engrafted word, which is able to save their souls, as it is written. And they're going to make themselves ready to the battle. Which the way you make yourselves ready is to repent and be converted and worship the true power, man. Because the only way you're going to be able to be saved is if you're predestinated from the foundation of the earth. Now, those spirits that are predestinated for salvation, they're going to have a particular spirit in them. They're going to have works. They're going to have, a particular attitude towards the truth. So the Lord is going to turn that switch on His people. The water y'all brought Shimmy outside for allowing us to be a part of that fold. Lord, willing, we endure to the end.
Verse 41. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. He that occupieth merchandise as he that have no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell there.
So you can't look at what you got going on here as beneficial for you. Mm-hmm. You got to start getting in that mentality of daily bread. You just want what's, huh?
Free code.
What do you say?
Free C19 tests.
Why would I? You see this one right here with a vagina? Mm-hmm. Secrets is out right there. Look how distracted she is, man.
Snatched up.
You just get straight snatched up and raped, bro. Look at it. Anyway, like the brother was going into, Salaki. You can't look at what you got going on here to benefit you. You gotta be worried about your daily bread. Just enough to get you, by for the day. The Lord do give us goodies and different things. But at the end of the day, you can't look at this place to be prosperous, man.
You gotta
everything will be destroyed here.
Gotta be ready to leave everything at once, bro.
Yeah.
And not look back.
You got it.
It says, he that soweth as if he should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes.
And like we were speaking about earlier, just these women just out here, their labor is in vain, without fear. They're out here without fear. Look at her. Look at this woman right here. She just no fear. Just, my phone. My phone. I'm on my phone.
I don't really want to talk shit to me too, but it's supposed to pass by too often.
Little dams.
And they going to the little party, man. They going to the backyard party later on tonight, man.
They already heartless already.
Nobody counting to their eyes by the people. So the scripture talk
my new phone. I'm on my new phone. Like, man, Lord finna, hey, we ready to venture shall fail. You women ain't gonna be able to be out here on your fucking phone.
Verse 44, they that marry as they that should not get no children,
That's the spirit.
and they that marry not as the widowers.
Yeah, so they that marry be as though that they get no children. So, you can't be looking to set up, a family. Yeah, I want to get my family, like we saw earlier. You got the man, the wife, the kids, they just left the soccer game and all that shit. That's the wrong spirit to be in, man. Because Esau finna be separating the father from just like it was in slavery. You had on the cargo slave ships, you had the men up front, you had the women back, and then the children. Shit is gonna be separated, man. You can't be having no emotional attachments to shit.
Man.
Because Esau is gonna be using that, and we see it on these different movies where the kidnapping and the ransom and all that shit. The kidnapper, he done took the wife and the kids, and the man, whatever I do, whatever it takes to get my wife and kids. He spent his whole life, and then he get there, he find out where they at, and then the kidnapper, he shoots and kills the kids, the wife and kids right in front of him anyway. His labor was in vain.
Yeah, that movie, before you said that movie Hostage with Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a good
Oh,
movie
yeah.
too. They kidnapped his children. That was a good movie. It says, verse 44, and therefore they that labor in vain. It's best is to worship Yahweh Shemon side and let him handle everything instead of you putting your investment and time and energy in the world, which is going to fail you at the end of the day.
Hey.
Seek first the kingdom.
I want the time. Your vagina is showing. Oh, thank you.
It says, verse 46, for strangers shall reap their fruits and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses, and take their children captives.
Yeah, that's those the military, man. The Gurkha troops, the military, the UN troops, And if not them, you're gonna have these little militias and these little 4-man armies that's going about, invading these houses and searching for goods.
Cannibals.
And that's a cut to you individuals and you guys out there that's hoarding up resources.
Saving somebody else.
You got 2-3 month kits. You got these 2-3 month prepping kits. Scripts don't subscribe to that, man, because when you go to Costco and you buy this and you go to Amazon and you buy that, there's receipts and documents that is logged into a database of the individuals who bought these lump sums of different kits, man. And you don't think people that's behind the scenes that ain't got no food gonna look at that and say, well, it was 6 months, sold to this house over here in my neighborhood. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna go and search that house for the sword.
It says, for in captivity and famine shall they get children.
Yep, captivity, a lot of children is gonna be in captivity. You know what I mean?
And they that occupy their merchandise with robbery to more than deck their cities and houses, their possessions and their own persons.
Yeah, see, the more they deck their houses and their cities and their own persons, read.
It says, the more will I be angry with them for their sins, said the Lord.
Yeah, so the more you over here doing your doomsday prepping, the more the Most High gonna be mad, because that is the most faithless shit that you can have. Now, with balance, it's cool to, get you an extra case of water. You know what I mean? I normally get 1 case of toilet paper. Let me get 2.
Progresso soups.
Let me get a couple of canned goods. But we not basing our comfort off of hoarding and doomsday prepping. Because who's to say that you'll be home when it goes down? And then the scripts say, during this time of tribulation, if you outside, don't look back. Don't go home.
Plus, you don't want to. If you do, you are home to have a backpack, if you do have one, you want to pack light. You don't want to pack too heavy because you may have to run. It says, and you may be with brothers, you might dish out, different canned goods to brothers. If you have like 10 canned goods, it's 4 y'all, then usually y'all get 3, 2.
And then the Lord, man,
No provide anyway.
this stuff that these people hoarding up anyway is for us anyway. Lord will lead us in the spirit to find this and that.
It says, verse 49, it's like as a whore envieth a right, honest, and virtuous woman, so shall righteousness hate iniquity.
Yeah, like we were speaking about earlier, our women, they hate that we in the truth, because these women, they're whores, and we're in the eyes of the Lord a righteous and virtuous woman. The 10 virgins, 5 are wise. So our woman is gonna hate us. Because our spirit ain't gonna resonate with what these women want to resonate with,
Because like I said, he said that woman hate when you put brothers before her.
Woman, she get to calling brothers all kind of names, man.
Yeah.
And all that's doing is heaping curses up for
But
her.
you fucking him? Are you fucking him? You can't even hang out and shit.
You do more for them than you do for me and your own kids.
Man,
I done heard it all.
put them over us.
You can't miss one Saturday.
The homies, really, the homies. The brothers.
Hey, when it comes to things like that, man, when you get to the point, you just tell the woman, no, man, listen, man, this is what I do. If you don't like it, you can get the fuck on, man. Sometimes you gotta do that. And that shows, and when you do that, you put your foot down, that's power. They'll even be more attractive then. If it's meant for me that they go separately, let them go separately, man. Cut her free. And the scripture says if your right eye causes you to cease, cut it off.
Cut it off.
If your right arm
Pluck it
causes
out.
you to her, cut it off, man. So it goes and things, that applies to these people that are around you, man. If
Ooh, I had a
they're not
flashback,
beneficial.
that's all. I just had a little flashback. Not so. Not so.
I ain't shepherd.
Nah.
If they're not beneficial, man, they ain't beneficial, man.
Man.
Everything that you do in the world and everybody who you deal with has to ultimately further enable you to do this work, man.
It says, so shall righteousness hate iniquity when she decketh herself, and shall accuse her to her face. When he cometh, thou shalt defeat him that diligently search out every sin upon earth. It says, therefore be ye not like thereunto, nor to the work thereof. For yet a little while, iniquity shall be taken away out of the earth, and righteousness shall reign among them. Now righteousness is going to be in the kingdom. Iniquity is going to be Jacob's trouble because the Lord Yahweh Shai says, the love of many shall wax cold. Because iniquity abound and the love of many shall wax cold. What's ultimately that's going to apply. Which is being applied right now on a low level, but ultimately it's going to be applied in Jacob's trouble.
That's the time of evil, man.
Yeah, because everybody going to be cutthroats. Going to be survival of the fitness out here, bro.
It's gonna be real martial.
It's going to survive out of the elect.
Real martial arts.
It says, let not the sinner say that he had not sinned. For Yahweh shall burn coals of fire upon his head, which said before the Lord Yahweh in his glory I have not sinned. We all got sinners. This lifetime and our past life. And we all fall short. We will come short of the glory of the Most High. So, the Lord can easily count all our iniquities that we did. It says,
We can get 2nd Ezra 15 and 1, start from the top. Unless you got a point you want to get?
nah,
Because the chief thing is prophecy, man. Give our people a warning of what's to come. The Lord finna tear shit up out here, man.
Give them warning at my mouth. Here now.
Book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 1.
And that's what the nigga woman wants you to be. Some old man just trailing
yeah.
behind the wife and the kids. You know? Just trailing, just, you know, granddad just trailing behind us. Fuck that, man.
You and your check, come on.
Be happy in that.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
Bring your check and come on.
And then you had earlier, you know, with the Northern Tribe woman, she had both their sons with her hair dyed fucking purple, man, on the front
Man.
side looking like faggots.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know? Shit. How long, oh Lord? Book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people, all right, the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Yeah, so that's the vibration through the spirit that we're pushing. Prophecy, which is the testimony of our Lord Yahweh Shai. You know, and it's to the ears of the Lord's people, which are the Israelites. The people that the Lord has made a covenant with through sacrifice. You know, Paul said in 1 Corinthians, I want to say the 14th chapter, desire spiritual gifts, but rather that you prophesy. Because prophesying that has the greatest level of faith, man. You know, and all you lesbian, gay women is finna be burned.
Man.
You know?
Hey man, you wicked ass women that's turning out your boys, making them grow up effeminate, you and them kids gonna be destroyed. Now you may have some of the kids that snap out of it, be of that remnant, you know, but they gonna be destroyed too, man.
Lest they repent.
Lest they repent.
Or the Lord will just have you just all out, just eat them. You know, we talking about the Lord of the universe.
Or they might turn around and eat you.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, the God of terrors, man. You know, like Apostle Ramlab said, man, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, by Shimei Shah, can teach Satan a couple of tricks, man.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Show Satan something.
The devils how do they say the devils believe and tremble? Fear and tremble,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't want to butcher the scripture, but hey, it goes to show you just the level that the Lord is, man. He's all powerful. The good, the bad, the bad, the ugly, man.
Yeah.
Alright, so continuing on to read, fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
The imaginations, the thoughts. Oh, y'all not men of the Lord. Because we gonna get scoffers, demons, evil people, evil speaking. You know, the naysayers, the gainsayers, and they gonna have certain imaginations towards us. You know, but we can't fear that. You know, at the end of the day, angels encamp about men that fear the Lord and deliver. You know, man, you may get a little shaken up, but at the end of the day, it's the Lord that's gonna weed these people out. Then the incredulity, which is the discrediting, the disbelief.
Yep.
You know, or what y'all saying ain't gonna come to pass. Y'all been talking about the end of the world. My daddy was talking about the end of the world when I was a kid. You know?
My daddy did that one time.
God forbid.
Remember in the parking lot, we had some person who say false prophets.
Oh yeah, that's some little scoffing asses. They
Yeah,
probably
false
tell
prophets. Meanwhile, these people eat all the abominations. You know, they jack off the gay porn. You know?
Yeah, man, especially them little Israelites, man. Hey, they probably going into that fucking Aztec shit that got them conquered in the first place, man.
You know?
Wanna harp on that? Like that's
They mothers give them hickeys and shit on their neck. I know Issacharite women that was giving their sons hickeys, man.
Oh,
You know?
Oh, wow, that's
So
sick, man.
you can call us false prophets. All right, we'll take that. But you're an abomination in the sight of the Most High. How about that?
And that's sick, man. The only reason I can see behind that is to prevent the son from going and having a girlfriend because she'll think, oh, he has a girl. So I can't let you. I think he's on. He has a girl. That's some straight wickedness.
Man, there was a
man.
video that came out, man, not too long ago on how it was a Northern Kingdom woman. She started dating her son, man.
Yeah, that was hard.
You know?
They kissing all on the video.
That's just wicked, man.
I bust my son first nut for him. You know, Jim Jones came out, which I believe Jim Jones, he's Northern Kingdom.
That's
I think you.
He said He said the person that taught him how to tongue kiss was his mother. And she actually showed him. You feel me? In a recent interview. Said his mom taught him how to tongue kiss girls. And she put his tongue in his mouth. So, yeah, you can call us false prophets. Yeah, all right, cool.
That's what be happening behind closed doors.
You know, then you women, y'all want to say stuff against us when your father took your virginity. How about that? You know, the Lord can bring out something to cut you to your soul, man. Like I was shocked. He told that woman at the well, look, you had many husbands. Now what?
Yeah. She saying that Lord called her old bitch.
And that nigga you with right now, he ain't
You know? So the Lord can bring out some stuff that'll cut it down.
Hell yeah.
Cut these people asunder, man.
Well,
Hey, you might get a northern tribe that buck up because you want to come in that ancient spirit of being a man and having multiple wives. But that's why your woman dealing with a black man. How about that?
we at 20%.
Okay.
Straight off. And they hate that too.
We got like 8 minutes.
8 minutes. To the soul, man. Like you talking shit on the video game, hit them with that. Okay, yo.
Let's get that straight.
Nah, so like it reads, verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee.
Yeah,
that
so
speak
we're
against thee.
gonna have a lot of people calling us false prophets. Meanwhile, they go to their pastors and
You're
then
the true Hebrew Israelite.
Absolutely.
You're part of
All
the
praise
one, the
Yahweh,
Holy
Shem
One,
Yahushua.
the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the
Yep.
God of Israel, the Holy One of Israel.
That's right.
We are His people. We messed up, and what He did, He kicked our butts. Read it in Deuteronomy.
Yep.
And we are in captivity, and only He and He alone can save us. And when He's coming back, He's not coming back as no lamb. He's coming back as the Lion tribe of Judah,
Yep.
and He's going to kick everybody, but
Yep,
ours
absolutely.
too. So we better get it together.
absolutely.
Like I tell you how,
All
Yahweh,
right,
Shem
sister.
Yahushua. Bless her.
You see, that's an example of a woman that might make it in the remnant. You know, there was no doubt in her mouth, and it came forth live and direct. As the brother was saying, hey, y'all may talk shit on the balance. You have people that, you know what I'm saying?
Look, she said her piece and kept it pushing.
Yeah.
She ain't stick around for no extra
You
dialogue or
notice
none of that.
the Jake that walked past her, he had a long garment,
Yeah.
knitted up and everything.
He look like a
He might
Hamite
be
or something.
into- Huh? Yeah, he probably into that.
Probably
Islam
can't
shit.
name ham.
And it's true, Fab.
10 inches unaware, man.
It's true, Fab. It's out there. You know, the truth is out there. You know, and I saw her. You know, walking up. She was like, she had a scopeo on brothers, looking brothers up and down. But
She said, y'all not false prophets. She had
Oh,
that
yeah,
color
well,
purple
she knows
spirit
that.
on her.
Yeah.
she had that spirit on her, bro.
and there's truth out there, man.
Yeah, it is.
You know, and we started off prophesying against, you know, women, and the Lord is in the cat with a woman with balance. You know, I mean, I would say just off her fruit. That's what it said, a tree shall be known by its fruit. Off the fruit, which is the actions and the behavior, I would say she's a believer.
Yeah.
And another thing too, you know, like the scriptures say, I can just bring this out real quick, just a quick bunch. You know, 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15, and it reads, notwithstanding she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness and with sobriety. You know, dealing with, you know, there's a balance. You know, of course, brothers are getting on the women, but that's not to say that all women are wicked, because then that would be a false balance.
Yeah.
You have a few sisters out there. Same way you have a few men, remnant, right? You have a few remnant of our women, so-called Black, Latina, Native American women, that's really doing the right thing. That's in the videos they watch. They're not putting their 2 cents and oh, I think this and that in the comment sections. No, they're boom, watch. It may say Shalom or whatever, you know, keep it pushing. And that's it, man. That's it. They gonna get saved because they in the right spirit, man. You know, they in the right spirit. That's it. That's the balance. You know, she came to the 2 cents, confirmation, boom. You know?
We're gonna get the balance real quick. We get a couple of precepts from the home women.
likewise that they be in behavior as becoming holiness, now false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach to young women to be sober, to love their husbands, and to love their children, to be discreet, chaste. Chaste means to be pure. It says, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of Yahweh be not blasphemed. And this is the spirit of a virtuous woman. So these spirits, these qualities, the woman must have, when she's putting on that new creature, in order to be eligible to be saved. So hopefully it's all about predestination. But like I always bring out, it's a certain spirit, characteristics that the elect lady will have, as well as the man.
Yep. You got it, Kazak.
All right, book of 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 9. And it reads, in like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array. The woman that came here, she was modest apparel. She was in modest apparel, man. All right, and it reads,
It's nothing for the Lord to give her, the days of her youth back.
Amen. Which becometh women professing godliness with good works. Let the women learn in silence with, another thing too, but which becometh women professing godliness with good works. Alright, and what she did was she professed her godliness. She acknowledged the men of Yahweh Shai. It's not to, boast herself. No, man. She just acknowledged that, man. Alright? And it reads, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over a man, but to be in silence. All right.
And she didn't usurp authority.
Yeah.
What she did was she just exalted the Yahweh. She gave the Lord praise. She acknowledged what she did was she acknowledged the iniquities as a nation. Hey, how you doing? She acknowledged the nation's iniquities and gave praise to the Lord Yahweh Shai. He said that he's coming back as a lion. So usurping authority was like, nah, brother, y'all breaking it down wrong. Let me see that book.
Right.
That's King James.
What she did was, like what she said, like the previous verse, it says, which becometh women professing godliness with good work. What she did was a good work. That's an example of good work, acknowledging the prophets and giving praise to Yahweh Shai, and going along with the message. Hey, get your shit together, because he's about to jack everybody up. Now, if she would have come in the wrong spirit, she would completely ignore what we're talking about right now and say, listen, but I have a question about this topic, and don't you think that it should be about like this instead?
It don't matter what the Lord look like. And what about these white people? They gonna get saved.
Right. Oh, y'all doing too much, I think you should be easy on the women. And I noticed, when I walked past you were talking about the women, and now I'm back. That's the mob-ass spirit, man. That's what we don't like. That's the spirit of them. That's the spirit of them women that be on the common boards trying to sneak in that Jezebel shit.
Yeah.
You gotta go so like
or I like the message that you guys coming with, and I respect what you guys doing. But could you guys tone down the cursing? Trying to, come with supplanting, but then come with the sleight of hand at the end with usurping authority.
God caress you with one hand, try to cut your balls off with the other, man.
I got one too.
These women, man.
This is 1 Timothy 5 and 9. Let not the widow be taken into the number under 60 years old, which is 60, having been the wife of one husband, well reported for good works. If she have brought up children, if she have lodged strangers. And back in the ancient world, we had a separate house, like a back house, where you would entertain strangers. They wouldn't be in the same house as you, your wife, or her. She in the side room, like, Alicia. It would be a separate little living quarters, that you would lodge strangers. It says, if she have washed the saints' feet, which that's going to, you know, humbling herself and doing things that is beneficial for, you know, for brothers in righteousness. If she have relieved the afflicted, you know, giving brothers money. If she have diligently followed every good work. But the younger widows refuse, for when they have waxed wanton against the Mashiach, they will marry. So it's better for a woman to go ahead and deal with a man versus burning. You know? It's better for a young woman just to go ahead and get a brother and come up under his order and follow the truth.
Because if I could say that, something about that, because women, you know, they deal with emotions, right? Men are more logical, we get the, we get, we lust after women, right? Because we like how we look, but women deal with emotion, So you could have a sister in the truth, she'd be single, right? And maybe, she don't got a man, some time passes, and here comes, Ray Rico from Sinaloa with that game, with that smooth talk, and swooning her into his room. Now she's fucked up. Now she's in a predicament, man. So it's like, just using wisdom. You know what I'm saying? It's better for her to deal with a man unless she defile herself with these dudes in the world if she's single. Got it.
This is Proverbs 12:4. It says, a virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that makes him ashamed is as rottenness in his bone. So a virtuous woman is a crown to her husband. At the end of the day, that's what a man wants, a submissive, obedient woman, that will conform to his ways,
Ephesians 5:22, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord, for the husband is the head of the wife, even as the Mashiach is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body. So, women got to come under the vibration of a man. You gotta, once you come in this truth, you gotta come under the righteous order. You gotta acknowledge that your husband is the head. You gotta put off that Babylonian, ways of life and that independent woman spirit. That's how you please the Lord, because of your man, your husband, that's your Lord. Just as us men, we can't go straight to Yahweh. We gotta go through Yahweh Shai. We gotta kiss the Son, lest he be angry. We gotta pay homage to Yahweh Shai. That's what puts us in good graces with the Heavenly Father. So with women, you can't go straight to Yahweh Shai. You gotta be in good graces with your man. Kiss your man. Lest he be angry. You gotta go through your man in order to get to Yahweh Shai. So the scripts is promoting, that righteous order of the unity between a man and a woman. So continuing on in Ephesians 5 verse 21. 23. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as the Mashiach is the head of the church. He is the savior of the body. So if Yahweh Shai is the savior of the elect of Israel, then a man is the savior of a woman. Because a man of the elect, he's going to get that Isaiah 4:1, and he's going to get power to be able to save those women. We read that in Isaiah 32:2. It says, therefore, as the church is subject unto Hamashiach, so let the wives be subject to their own husbands in everything. Husbands, love your wives, even as Hamashiach also loved the church and gave himself for it, that he may sanctify it and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word. So, we are to love our wives and take care of our wives who come up under that righteous order. But if you bucking up and being rebellious, which our women ain't perfect, they gonna go off just as we go off. But our women have to have that certain, good works. You know what I mean? They gotta have that vibration. If you're dealing with a woman that's hindering the work, belittling you, coming against the ministry and the brothers and just really trying to put you in, terrible situation, you got to cut her off of your flesh and give her a bill of divorcement. You know what I mean? So it is balanced. You will have women that will be saved, but they will have that good works. They will have that beautiful, godly spirit, like the woman displays. So, it is balanced. Death and destruction is coming to a lot of women, but mercy and salvation is coming to the elect. And the elect consists of women. So, continue continue to, push the vibration of righteousness and follow after charity and do the things that is pleasing in the sight of the Lord. So with that, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors to our elders and apostles, the great millstone that taught us the truth. Shalom. Stay strong, Hakim. Shalom. Bible Ball, DTA.
Love,